Okay, we're back. Of course, this is the Noux Black, my little honey hole where I muse, ramble, and reimagine the Black experience through the eyes of the millennial Black woman. And I am her, she, your host, Christy Terrell, and we're back. Thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, so glad you found me. And if you're one of the few people who slide in and out of here on a regular basis, I appreciate you, okay? So, yeah, it's been a week. It's been a doozy. So let's kick this thing off the way we always do with our Lux Lush libation of the night. And we keeping it simple. Sea Stone, Riesling, one of my faves, a recent fave, and shameless plug. If you are listening to this wherever you get your podcast, then slide on over to my YouTube, The Brand New Life, and watch my wine series where I taste wines in beautiful bottles and share wines that are honestly in various price points. But I'm going to be tasting, sharing notes about my favorite wines and all that. So make sure you check that out. The Lux Lush wine tastings. Yeah, and if you're watching this on YouTube, then just slide on over to the next playlist. So, Sea Stone, I already got started, y'all, because again, it's been a doozy. So, yeah, we're gonna pour on up. And so, I'm also trying out a new area. I'm playing around with backgrounds, so honestly, I'm just too tired to get off the couch today, so that's why we're here. But let's cheers. Like I said, I already started. And let's see. We're gonna toast to student loan forgiveness, because actually I have some thoughts about that. So, cheers. Especially if you're getting your loans forgiven. But also, unfortunately, if you're not, we're going to cheers to it anyway, because it's a mess. So. Mm. Whew. I really like wine, y'all. So, I'm sure many of you probably have heard by now that there was a bill rolled out for giving our student loans. And while I don't have many thoughts on the bill, as a Pell Grant recipient and someone who makes less than the required amount, I qualify for forgiveness. However, I forgave my loans back in 2013. So I don't, this doesn't really affect me. I already forgave my loan. So, I decided a long time ago that they were going to be a part of my reparations as a Black person. So, it's always been above me. It's above me now. It has been above me for at least 8 years. So I say this, Joseph Methuselah Biden, just you might as well go ahead and clear it all out, baby. Just get it out of here, because if you leave anything, it's gonna be left where it's at. That's all I'm gonna say. So, but that brings up an interesting topic to me, or for me, because to the point, like I said, I had already considered this reparations. And honestly, that mindset, I'm gonna tell you why. I was raised, you know, working class Black family. Everyone worked. Everyone contributed to the home. Went to work every day. But they instilled in me that college was important and getting your education was important. And I don't disagree with those things. College is a personal choice. And I honestly learned a lot from college about life, about independence, about how the world actually works, what's going on, how other people in the world are living outside of the communities that we grow up in. So, you know, as my family impressed upon me that this was important, I agreed. I bought into the hype. I watched a different world. I was sold the dream, and I was down for the cause. Since I was 5 years old, I've been plotting on how to get to college, because I realized later that's how my mind works. It's always the next step. How can I elevate? How can I do more? And I always look for the easiest and quickest solution. My problem was, how do I get out of Augusta? That's where I'm from. How do I get out of Augusta? I am a child at this point. What is the easiest solution that I see? Go away to college. So I planned for it. It was not until I was about 14 years old that I realized that I had been sold this dream. I had been convinced that this is something I should do. And my family were like, this is what you have to do. This is what you're gonna do. Okay. It wasn't until about then that I realized that there was actually no money for me to go. Not a dime, not one penny, not one red cent was available for me to go. So I had to think quickly of how I was gonna figure this thing out. I didn't even know that loans were an option for me. And I didn't know that too much. Well, I did know that they were an option. However, I was like, I'm not really trying to do that. So it's interesting that I now have loans for us for a degree that I don't even use for a school that I didn't even want to go to, y'all. I wanted to go to Howard. Unfortunately, the tuition there was just way too high. It was way too high. And I was like, I got to take loans to go here. That's not going to work. I at least got a lot of free stuff and going to the school that I went to. I didn't even really owe that much money, and I took out loans that I didn't honestly even need. So it's interesting that we got here, and it's funny that we were raised as Black women to, you know, that this was our only way out. Essentially, that's what it was really pressed upon to me, that this is your way out, because marriage is not it. Marriage is not the key. And so imagine my surprise when I get to my predominantly white institution, that I realized that most of the white women there are there to get a husband and not a degree. So I'm needless to say, I'm floored. But I also realized that my biggest lesson from going to college was that the other side the people outside of our neighborhood and our culture and our communities, they are learning and teaching their kids something completely different. Things we are not learning. And honestly, as much as I'm not using the degree and I did not want to go to that school, it was probably one of the best decisions I ever made, because it helped me see the world in a way I had never seen it before, and understand it in a way that I was not getting the opportunity to learn from the people in my community, in my space, because they had no idea. They literally did not know what was going on. And so I'm thankful for that experience, because it helped me, if nothing else, it taught me to navigate this world and to watch out for things that I could have never saw coming, because you can only really think or understand how a person can move, would move, might move, if you learn to understand the thinking behind these moves. And so, if nothing else, baby, I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for that. It was worth them little, however much money left on the student loans. But like I said, that was a real lesson for me. And honestly, that's how I decided that these were my reparations. Because when I learned that my white counterparts were coming to school to basically have an extended vacation or a soft launch into yes, exactly. When I got to this school and realized that my white counterparts were simply coming to college to get a soft launch into adulthood before they were able to get a job by their mom making a phone call, or their great uncle giving them a job at the company, or going to work for the family company, or going to their mom's friends wherever to work, that I realized that I come from a people who sent me here for the chance at a better life. And it's not that I didn't get that better life, but what I realized is that my peers had already received a better life before they even got here. They didn't need to come here for the better life, because their life was already fine. Imagine being able to get a soft launch into adulthood while the people who look like us were getting a hard motherfucking lesson. A full shove into adulthood, to be honest. And even though it might not have been as bad for some, I know how it could have been a whole lot for others. So that's why I had to really sit with that and decided to forgive my student loans. And just look at it as a gift from the ancestors, that I became a part of their wildest dream. And their wildest dream was to be compensated for all the free labor that they did. And so my education, I feel like, is just a small token of compensation for the blood, sweat, and tears that they shed. And I'm saying this lightly, but I am dead the fuck serious. So yeah. So that's really all I got, y'all. I just really had to get that up off my chest because it was really sitting on my spirit real heavy. And I just had to get it up off my chest. So something light to roll us back in. Even though, yeah, we did talk on a few things that were a little not as light, but yeah. So I'm gonna say, what's the word of the night? Yeah, our word of the night is going to be forgiveness, because first you must forgive yourself to forgive anyone else. And so, y'all, remember you have the power to forgive yourself. I'm gonna say, do what you want to do, but forgive yourself, y'all. So, if this episode resonated with you, please be sure to share with a friend, let someone know. If you are listening to this wherever you get your podcast, please leave me a comment, a little note, give me some stars or whatever the thing is on these platforms. Honestly, I don't know. And if you are watching on YouTube, thanks. That's my favorite medium as well. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this loan forgiveness situation, because I'm curious to know, like, where are you on the stance? Are you, I forgave myself, or this is gonna help? This is gonna help me a lot. I'm curious to really know what you guys are thinking about. So honestly, that's it for me. Until next time, thanks for watching or listening. Bye.